and shadow restlessly holds, labor's waiting in silent hope for the promise it longs to know what heaven holds. Then the angels in holy haste lift their anthem, your Savior lays in a manger, in humble form, your King is born. Hail, the Prince of Heaven comes, angel choirs sound their call, for this babe wrapped in a cloth is the incarnate Word of God. Oh, the kingdom and its power resting now in this child, Prince of Heaven, Jesus, hope of the world. This means mercy in fullest form, loving kindness forevermore. Son of David and Son of God, He is Christ the Lord. Hail, the Prince of Heaven comes, angel choirs sound the call, for this babe wrapped in a cloth is the incarnate Word of God. Oh, the kingdom and its power resting now in this child, Prince of Heaven, Jesus, hope of the world. King of glory, we gladly greet, born in wonder and majesty, forever worthy, the earth will sing. O Prince of Heaven, we worship Thee. King of glory, we gladly greet, born in wonder and majesty, forever worthy, the earth will sing. O Prince of Heaven, we worship Thee. We can know Him, this Prince of Peace, in light of mercy, confess our sin, lay our burdens at Jesus' feet, and with gladness sing. Hail, the Prince of Heaven comes, angel choirs sound the call, for this babe wrapped in a cloud
Brooke and Mikey, good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Thanks for sitting down and sharing this song with us, a song called Prince of Heaven. And this is from the new Hillsong Christmas, the Peace Project, it's the name of the album. And there's a concept behind this album. You guys had some thoughts that we were talking about. Share a little bit about just the idea, that concept, as you guys were developing this album.
We really liked the idea of, we were really passionate about the idea, not just liked it, about Christmas music being also worshipful, because the whole premise of Christmas inspires worship. The audacity of Christmas and God's plan to bring the opportunity for us to make peace with Him through Jesus is crazy. But the whole idea of the album came about when we were talking about Christmas, and that the whole premise being that Christmas is God's peace project, being when God sent His Son again to make a way for us to make peace with Him, and the idea that now as the church we inherit that responsibility. We are the peace project to the earth. Yeah.
Wow. And Mikey, you work production on this album as well. When I listen to this music, it feels like a worship expression, you know, and Christmas music sometimes takes on different forms, but going into this, what was your concept there? What were you really, the target you were going after when you were producing?
Well, Ben Tan, he also worked on the album as well. We sat down and we started talking about like what should it sound like? Like should it have, you know, because Christmas music, we actually sat down and listened to like 8 hours worth of Christmas music, and then we were like, what should it sound like? And the thing that we agreed on is that it should just feel like worship, like, because that's what we do. That's kind of our thing. We're not really good at jazz, and we're not really good at you know, there was a lot of stuff that we were referencing, like, can we actually pull this off? Can we? And we just thought, like, we'll try and just make it as honest. Like, it's centered around the birth of Christ, and yeah, so it was pretty exciting. And so the concept of trying to have strings, like, so we hired a guy that would put the strings together, and he would say, you know, here's a crazy concept, what do you guys think? And so we would work with that, and that was a new thing for us, and that kind of gave another expression to it. And then there's like a choir on every song. It was a really fun album to make.
Wow. So. And Brooke, you wrote this with your husband Scotty, and this lyric, kind of walk through that a little bit. We were talking beforehand. I love what this song says, because it starts off, obviously, it's talking about Jesus and this irony of this baby that came to save all of mankind. But my favorite part of the lyric is that fourth verse where it really becomes personal. And just thinking about this time of year where people are showing up in church that maybe haven't ever been or been there a long time, and hearing the church sing this invitation at the end, you know, to come and know Him, this Prince of Peace. Kind of walk through that lyric and how you guys fleshed out those ideas in the song.
I think it happened pretty naturally. I think, you know, in church life and in kingdom life, there are all of these principles we learn, and these things we learn about the character of God and about the great story of the gospel. But the amazing thing is that every single one of those principles and those things we learned, they have an action point. And so we love the idea of there being people, you know, in Christmas services singing all these traditional songs that have been beloved for generations, but then there also being a point in the service where people could go, oh, okay, all of these things that I'm singing about, this is the action point for me now. This is what it actually means. It's invitational. All of the context that I've been learning about in the birth of Christ applies to me here today, and this is where I can step into the story myself. Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing. Well, Mikey, walk us through chord-wise what you're playing. You're in the key of F. You were saying the recording is actually F sharp.
F sharp. Okay. So.
But, yeah.
Brooke would have it in the lowest key possible.
I would have it and see if I could.
Yeah. Yeah. So the verse, rather than making it the 4 chord, I've just kind of like made it the sus. So then it goes to the G for me. It's the F. But yeah, I guess revolving around the sus and the natural, I guess, is kind of the main concept for it. And then the chorus goes to the 4-1. I kind of really like this. Is like my favorite chord, I think, because I pretty much have it in every song, and I'll pretty much capo the guitar to make this chord work. It just sounds so nice and happy. which is just it's a F chord without the middle finger. Back to the C, to the G, A minor. That's pretty much the
Yeah, simple chords.
It is really simple. It's actually like melodically, it's you forget how simple the chords are because especially in the chorus, the melody kind of like goes up quite like nicely. So I get surprised because I'm like, oh, what's the next chord coming up? It's actually just the same chords we've been playing the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Well, beautiful song, wonderful lyric,
Thank
Brooke.
you.
Thanks for coming by and sharing the song with us.
Pleasure.
Inside